Okay, this is a tutorial for Deku Tree Wrong Warp. You're not going to press pause at all. All it is some memorization of some adjustments, and then you'll never miss this. You're never going to pause. It's so easy. It's easier than any pause buffered method. Let me adjust my XSplit really fast. Oh, it's already showing mouse clicks. Okay. So you need to line Link's hat up, sort of the sharp part, I guess, with this ideally the center of this white texture part here, but it's really not precise at all. You can be anywhere in this white part and it'll still work. Like this, don't let the fact that you have to line up with a texture turn you off from this, because it turned me off from it, and it's like so easy. Like once I tried it, it's just so easy. Okay, and then you side hop left once, press just A to do a diagonal roll, then press just A again to do a dry roll. Backflip once, then backflip and do Ocarina items, which is where you press the C button for your bottle while your bottle's in your hand. And then in this case we're going to press B and you'll get OI. And then you wait for the camera to snap back. Right now I'm pausing it. This isn't part of the trick. I'm pausing it. I'm using an emulator. Oh, thanks Greg. Cool. Later, dude. Okay, so after the camera snaps out, hold right. Well, you can be holding right this whole time, but once the camera snaps and you can see Link again, press B and let him take like 2 steps forward, or even just 1 step. Just like react to the sound of his footsteps, and then press Deku Nut button, and then while the Deku Nut is being thrown, the reason for the Deku Nut is it brings you to a complete stop every single time. So it's the same amount of frames. Because this is a frame-perfect trick. So press the Deku Nut, and then while Link is throwing the Deku Nut, press Z and left, and he'll start walking left after the nut. Then after Link fully accelerates, after like 2 steps, after he walks left for like 2 steps, press A to do a side hop. You can wait longer. That's not like a window thing. It's just like you need to side hop, but you need to let him fully accelerate first. And then I will show you what to do after that. That's what it looks like, the side hop. And then right now, I'm pausing the emulator again. Right now, you need to do an adjustment in this trick based on where Link walks over on this ground, on this like hump thing. Right now, he's right in the middle. I can see because he's going over this black texture part. It's a 5-frame trick. There's 5 frames. This is the 3rd frame because it's the middle, and you can think of it like this. On the 1st frame, Link's back is rubbing up against this wall that's behind him back here. He's like actually like walking up along it. On the last frame, he's rubbing it up against this wall in front of him, and then this is the 3rd frame, the middle one. He's right between the walls, and so obviously 2nd and 4th frames are where he's between 1st wall and the middle, and between middle and the 2nd wall. So that's how you can remember what frame you're on. So this is the middle frame, and this is the adjustment you have to do for that. You need to come over here. You can do side hops after you get over the hump, because the blue warp's unloaded at this point. Go over to this little black patch. It's right in the middle. We always used to do adjustments with this thing, so I used it and it works. Get over to this black thing. Go to the wall in front of you. Target the wall. There we go. Then turn around. Go over here to the far side of the door, and then go in it. Let go of Z and just press right and go in the door, and it'll work. So that's the adjustment for the middle frame. This is the 1st frame. You can see I'm rubbing up against the wall, like I said. Wait a minute. I found a better adjustment for this. I'm gonna make a state. Let me try to remember what the adjustment I had for this was. It was something like this. This probably won't work. Yeah, well anyway, here's the adjustment you can do for this. Try not to hit this frame. It's easy not to. Just go to this corner, turn around twice, then go up in this corner, let your camera pan out a little bit, and then go through the door. And it'll work. What was the adjustment I had for this? It was like, was it? No, this can't be it. This is gonna be early. Whatever, there was something like that was faster, but it doesn't matter. Just don't hit that frame. Or if you do, you still know what to do. Okay, so that's 1st frame. This is 5th frame, okay? So on this frame, it's like the opposite of 2nd frame. You go to the center part here, this texture again, and then turn around on this wall instead of the other wall, okay? And it'll work. Okay, I'm gonna take a second to say it. 3rd frame, which is the middle one, which is the one I showed first, the one where you have to target the wall in front of you and turn around, that's exactly the same as 4th frame, okay? So if you didn't get middle frame, and you're not in the middle of the thing, if you're in front of the middle, but you're not rubbing up against the front wall, then just do the same adjustment as the middle frame, okay? So the only other frame to do is 2nd frame. That's 1st frame again. Man, what was the adjustment for this? This can't be it. No. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is center frame again, so we'll just as a reminder, target there. Uh-oh. Well, now I'm late. Because I wasn't. Make sure you're in the corner of the wall or that'll happen, and I guess it'll still work, whatever. Okay, and I keep hitting the middle frame. You should aim for the middle, just so then there's like no chance of you missing it. God damn it. I can't not hit the middle frame, dude. Okay, this is 2nd frame. You can see I went between that wall and the center. Just go up in this corner, don't target it, turn around, press target, go over in this corner, go through it. That's my favorite frame to get. Yeah, Orangey, it's a frame perfect trick, so the adjustments are to advance certain amounts of frames, right? So, like, yeah. So this is center frame, go over here. You don't let your camera pan out or anything. It doesn't... It's not... You don't have to do that part super fast. Yeah, I'll just talk about the trick a little bit. There's a timer for the blue warp. Like, I interrupted the blue warp by getting in this... by, like, playing Ocarina, which sort of starts its own cutscene, you could say. Oh, yeah, I'll just talk about OI really quick again, because someone asked. You get in this line link's hat up with this white part. It's not precise at all, just get in the white part. Side up left, press A again, backflip Ocarina items. So yeah, this trick, like you can see this weird crap happens with the camera, but then right when I press B, the actual cutscene starts, sort of, the timer of the cutscene, and then eventually Link is brought up. Okay? So you can see... So what we're doing here is we're getting away from the blue warp, so that right now the blue warp is unloaded, and it can never take me away, because the blue warp essentially no longer exists, you could say. Wait, was that 4th or 5th? So what we do over here is, like, okay, so when I turn around, it like shows a flash of the blue warp, right? Oh, it was 4th. When I turn around like this, it just like, it shows you could see, it shows the blue warp for just a couple frames, right? So it's like we reloaded it just for a couple frames, and we do that because we needed to advance a couple more based on where we went over the hump. And then that's what makes it work. Because we're trying to walk through this door at the end here, right at the same time that this happens, right at the same time right when Link starts to go up. That's exactly when we want to walk through the door, right? So it's sort of like we're just saving, like, I know exactly what frame I'm on because I went over the middle hump, and then I just need to advance a couple more by doing that. And now I know. I have all the time in the world, because if I advance another frame, I'll be sucked up. If I But right now I'm just on a certain frame because the blue warp is no longer part of this game. The blue warp is gone, but the game still knows if I reload it for one frame, I'm gonna get sucked away and talk to the Deku Tree. But if I walk through this door on this exact same frame, the game's like, wait a minute, we were supposed to go talk to the Deku Tree, but we're also trying to go back inside the Deku Tree? Guess I better put you in Ganon's castle, bro. There. So I hope I'm explaining that well, and I hope I'm explaining it accurately. I can't say that I can't claim to have 100% knowledge about all these things, but to me, that's how I understand it. That's how I understand the logic. Is it some? Is it some? I figured it was something. So yeah, that's how to do this trick and never miss it. It's one of the most important tricks in Ocarina of Time now.